Joe, it's been a long time since we've done one of these podcasts. We now have transitioned. We've done the last couple. We've done video. We're getting pretty fancy over here here at FCC. That's right. Man, we got a lot of things to talk about, so we're going to go move kind of quick. But the number one thing right now here at church is we are doing our True North VBS. It is going on this week, right as we are doing this last couple nights, and we'll continue tonight. Joe, talk a little bit about it, and just, it's been a special week already.
You know, we've done a lot of these, and this is the best one we've ever done in terms of like the energy level. The attendance has been just incredible. We try to do ours later in the summer because, you know, right when school's out, there's just all this influx of Bible schools everybody goes to. And so we try to wait until it gets closer to the time school starts. And sometimes that works against you, but this year, I mean, from the very first night, there's just been just tons of kids. But one of the things I'm really happy about this year is the number of volunteers, man. It's like an army of people. Yeah. And that's just been so good. And it's older people, and you got a ton of high school kids. I looked last night, there was like, I think there was 32 in the preschool class. Yeah. And they had like 4 teachers and 8 high school girls helping. I mean, it looked like an army.
It takes an army.
Oh man, so I'm really proud of Anita and her team and the folks who have, you're giving up 3 hours a night for a week. So I'm really thankful for them. And the seeds that are planted, you don't know where they go and how they're going to grow. But I'm very thankful for the people who have been a part of this.
Yeah, Seth mentioned it. We often think the kids are so important, and that's your main focus. But it's really cool to see this like intergenerational ministry going on between your volunteers, and you kind of get to know some people maybe you've never worked with them before.
Oh, man, yeah.
And that's kind of a neat thing.
It's a cool thing. One of the things Anita started doing a few years ago is they do a hospitality room for like the workers. And so you got different people bringing in all this food, and you can go in there like at any point during the program that night, and there's all these people that may have not even known each other, right? But older people, younger people, people in the middle, and they're eating together and they're talking together, and everybody's just having a good time. It's really a cool thing, really cool thing.
Great job, volunteers. Great job, Anita and your team, for putting on a great VBS. We know it's going to be a great finish here at the end of the week. Yeah. Also, next thing, moving on, building update. So we know that in the sanctuary it's been changing. There's a lot of construction. It's been a mess at times. Joe, give us an update. Where are we on our building project?
So the inside part, we've made really good progress. We've got the 2 lower sections open. So when you come in on Sunday, like there's seats there. The balcony is torn out, but it's been rebuilt. And so what that means is the people who are installing the new chairs that will go in, they measured yesterday. And so that means they gave us a delivery date of mid-September. So that's all. The chairs are now in production. One of the things I was really excited about, and I hope people realize what we're doing, we're going to go, according to the chair guy, we're going to go from a capacity of around 225 in our sanctuary to over 350. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a dramatic change when everything gets done. So we're really pumped about that. We got some drywall work to do, and then it'll be carpet and paint and chairs, and we're putting some cool TV screens in to make it easier for everybody to see. We'll upgrade some sound stuff. So that's all happening, right? Yeah. The outside stuff, and if you hear, if the camera starts shaking during this, or you hear something like the building's collapsing, that's because outside they're putting in what are called these geopiers, these things that go down into the ground, and they go down 15 feet, and they're supposed to compact the soil and make the foundation more solid for the new part that'll be built. So we would anticipate that they'll be done this week, and then next week, my understanding is that we'll start pouring concrete and getting the foundation ready for the outside part. So there's been a lot happen behind the scenes. You had to move air conditioning units and rewire the whole thing and just all that stuff that you don't see. But now we're starting to get into some stuff that you can't see, and it's exciting.
It is. It sounds like you could go into the geopier business.
I thought about applying for a job. I mean, those guys, it's a cool thing, man. Yeah. I don't know. If I'm not here Sunday, you'll know what happened. I did want to say, though, one of the things that's so cool about this, man, is we are this costs a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, all this stuff costs money. Yeah, everything costs money.
Yeah.
But as of like today, we're several months into this,
Mm-hmm.
and we've spent a lot of money, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but we haven't had to borrow anything yet.
Yeah.
People have been so generous. So if you're one of the people who's been giving towards this, or you'd like to give towards this, I mean, we just want you to know we're very grateful for what you're doing, and we're working very hard to make sure that we're making good financial decisions. But so far, I mean, the folks have really supported this, and I mean, it's almost unheard of to be where we are and not have to take
I
any
think
debt
it's
on.
a belief and a buy-in to what we're doing, and kudos to those folks who have given and
Oh,
given
man,
a
yeah.
lot and given sacrificially.
Sacrificially, yeah.
It's not an easy time in our world to just hand out money. Honestly,
And we don't talk about this a lot, but we've heard stories of people who didn't go on vacation
Mhm.
and gave to this,
Yeah.
or sold an extra car. I mean, that stuff happens, and
Yeah.
it's happening here. And people don't want, you can't stand up and say, here's how much I sacrificed, but that's happening.
Yeah.
And that I think the dividends of that are going to be huge down the road.
Absolutely. Yep. Moving on, this Sunday we have a new sermon series starting, My Favorite Story.
Yeah.
So something you're excited about, our team is excited about because it involves all of us.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So we just finished 2 months in Ephesians, and it went really well. I was blown away by the response, and really the summer's been great. Even the attendance has been just incredible. But it's time to move on, and so we're doing something, as you said, my favorite story. So I'm going to kick it off, and I'm going to tell my favorite story and why it's my favorite. And it's a story in the New Testament about these 4 guys who bring their buddy to Jesus, and they tear a hole in the roof. And what was so cool about this, I was sitting at home the other night with my family, and I was talking about this, and I said, what do you think my favorite story is? And everybody knew. That's the one that I always go back to. And then after that, we're going to have 3 weeks where I think John's starting it, right? And then David, and then you.
Yeah, I'm the
and you
last
guys are going to talk about your favorite stories.
Yeah.
So it's a chance for you guys to preach. It's a good chance for the people to hear a different voice. Good chance for me to recharge the batteries a little bit. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be, and I know we've got a couple Old Testament stories and a couple New Testament stories.
Yeah.
So it should be a fun time.
Yeah, I'm excited. Mine's kind of 2 stories weaved into one, so I'm excited.
Well, you got to pick one, man.
Share.
No, I'm kidding.
I just stick around for a while that day. I'm just kidding. No, it's good. I'm excited. I know John and David are excited to share.
Yeah.
As well.
I'm really excited to hear you guys.
Yep. With that, I guess the next thing we had on our list was me.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch gears here. We're gonna ask Austin. So most of you here watching this know that Austin joined our team full time back at the beginning of the month. So he's a couple weeks into this.
Yeah.
Went to camp for one of those weeks, and why don't you tell us about how you got to this point and what you're primarily doing for us?
Yeah, 2 weeks in, I'm not ready to quit yet, so that's good. It's been a long time coming. I don't know how long I've been here part-time. Several years. Been doing a lot. Been a part of this church for a long time, since 2011. And always kind of felt the call, and like I said no a lot, and kind of turned it down. Joe and I know have met a lot over the years about it, and just finally I felt like it was time. And so we talked and discussed and finally prayed about it, and just now's the time. And so I'm really excited.
I remember the last time that we talked, I had talked to you so much about this over the years that I finally said, I'm not going to ask you anymore.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me if something changes.
Yeah.
And then you did, and I was so thankful. But there was times I felt like I was maybe badgering you a little too much.
Well, it's one of those things. I think I met with you and just transparent. I said I'm either going to go all in or probably maybe step aside, and so the thing was to go all in, and so
very thankful.
I'm excited. I hope that I can help connect people a little bit better. I hope that we can align our stuff as a growing church. Things go quickly and move quickly, and I hope I can help with some of that as well as continue.
Most people don't realize. If you've got 450 on a Sunday, right? That means there's 800 people that are kind of in and out. And so how do you connect with those people? How do you get them hear more? How do you get them to be more consistent? How do you get them to take the next step?
Yeah.
And if you don't have somebody looking at that and working on that, it just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really excited to get you going, and you've already made tons of strides in that over the years. But to have more time to invest to invest in it, I think will be huge.
Absolutely, and kind of move in that direction. People, you may see as we do this building project, you may see some new opportunities, new things that we're going to try to help connect people, help reach people more, not only in our church but outside our church. And so I think that's why we're really looking forward to the fall.
Absolutely.
Of getting back into kind of a routine, and maybe towards the end of the fall get the building project wrapped up and all that stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. So the reason we're adding seats, everybody knows, is because it's really crowded. And even this summer, we've had Sundays where it's been like super crowded. And so we're hoping that we can create space for people to come, right? But as you create space, you have to also create opportunities for people to connect.
Yeah.
And so we're working on that, just constantly. And we're going to try some stuff that may work and may not work. And if it doesn't work, we'll try something else.
Yeah.
Fall, is always, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks after school starts, everybody's kind of in the routine. They're not, traveling around as much. And so we're really excited to get to August, September, get into October, November. My friend Bob Russell's coming in November, who's been here before, but he's a great preacher. Spent 40 years at one church. We call him he's like the Michael Jordan of our movement.
Right.
So he's been a big supporter, a big help, and we're excited for him to come and see what's happening. But it's also an opportunity for people that may not have a church home to come and check things out. And we think we're going to have plenty of room, but along with that, it's not just space. You have to have opportunities.
Yeah.
And we're excited about it.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to invite someone. Don't be afraid to try a new, group or when we start those, or there's something you've never done before. But I think people are buying in and got to continue to buy in, and we're going to go outward as well.
You always have to remember, what a lot of times what got you here will not get you there.
Yeah.
Right. And so you reach these ceilings, and we want to bust through those things. It's just like the story I'm talking about this weekend. If we have to tear a hole in the roof, we have to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a great fall. And then leading into next year, I'm just really excited.
Yeah,
I'm more excited. I've been here, next week will be 14 years. And this is hard to believe, but I'm more excited now than I've ever been before.
Yeah, that's great. And I am too. I'm excited, and we're moving forward and going to continue to just let God lead and pray about it. And I think FCC's doing amazing
That's assuming,
things.
though, that we survive the final 2 nights of VBS.
Yes.
And the building doesn't fall down.
And the building shaking, I thought a minute ago I heard something, I don't know if it'll come through on camera, but that maybe your wall was going to fall in, but it's all good. So,
but if those 2 things happen, then we're good.
Yeah. Joe, thanks. That's an update for everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, and we hope to see you this Sunday as we start our new series, My Favorite Story.
Thank you all.